Good morning, class. Last class I had started with the poem The Children's Hour, isn't it? So today I will continue with the same poem, but before that I will read the first stanza, then again I will do the recap. Alright, I will tell you I will explain again so that you can follow if you have not understood. So the Children's Hour is written by H.W. Longfellow, who was a very popular American poet. Right? He spent most of his life studying and teaching at Howard College, as well as writing and publishing poetry. Often referred to as the children's poet, his famous works include Paul Revere's Ride, The Song of Hiawatha, and A Psalm of Life. So those are the poems written by H.W. Longfellow. So children, I am starting again with the poem so you can follow the textbooks if you have, or you can also follow the PDF content. So I will send the PDF content again after this class, alright, or the next page, page number 24. So in this charming poem, the poet conveys the affectionate bond that he shares with his children. So in this poem, the poet or the father is talking about his three daughters with whom he has a very good bond. Alright, so the children are also very fond of the father. Between the dark and the daylight, when the night is beginning to lower, comes a pause in the day's occupations that is known as the children's hour. Children's hour means the time when the parents spend quality time with them. Occupation means job. So all of us, we have our parents working, isn't it? Either a father or your mother. So when they come back, what happens? We love to spend time with them, isn't it? So that is the particular hour, and it is called the children's hour. I hear in the chamber above me the patter of little feet, the sound of a door that is opened, and voices soft and sweet. So the father is in the room, right, in the study room, and is doing some work, and he could hear his daughters running around, making sounds, laughing, giggling, just above the room where he was working. So they were waiting for the father to be free in the evening so that they could spend some time with them. From my study, I see the lamplight descending the broad hall stair, grave Alice and laughing Allegra and Edith with golden hair. So those are the names of the three daughters, Alice, Allegra and Edith. So Alice is supposed to be very serious, right? Whereas Allegra was always cheerful and laughing. And Edith, she had beautiful golden hair. So that is the description of his daughters. A whisper and then a silence. So they are all whispering amongst themselves. Then again they keep quiet for some time. Yet I know by their merry eyes, so the father can easily make out looking at their faces that they are up to some mischief. They are plotting and planning together to take me by surprise. So the father knows that his daughters are up to something and they are plotting and they are planning, alright, and they want to give a surprise to their father. So I hope you have understood till there on page 23. So now I am explaining from page 24 the remaining stanzas. A sudden rush from the stairway, a sudden raid from the hall. Raid means what? A surprise attack. So suddenly he can hear somebody running in the stairway and he can hear somebody coming to his room. By three doors left unguarded, they enter my castle wall. Castle means what? The room. So he is thinking himself to be a king, right, where he owns a a castle, a palace, right? And he hears those three children coming towards the room. They climb up into my turret. Turret means a small tower on top of a castle. That means the children have got into the father's room, right, over the arms and back of my chair. That means they have got inside the room and they are climbing on top of the table, on the chair, and they're climbing onto the father's shoulder and they're just catching him tightly. If I try to escape, they surround me. So if the father tries to go away from them or he runs away from them, they go and catch him or they surround him so that he doesn't go away from them. They seem to be everywhere. So he finds that his daughters are all over the room, right? And they don't want the father to leave the room and go away. They almost devour me with kisses. So they kiss the father, right, on the faces, and also they are showering so much of love towards him. Their arms about me entwined. That means they are holding the father very, very tightly, so that the father, he does not go out of the room. Till I think of the Bishop of Bingen. So when he is surrounded by his daughters, when they are not allowing him to go out of the room, he thinks like he is a bishop. Bishop means somebody who is the owner or somebody in a higher position of a church. So he thinks that he is the bishop, right, in his Mount Tower on the Rhine. So he thinks that he is the bishop of some palace, and he has been surrounded with people and they are not letting him go. Do you think of blue-eyed banditi? Banditi are robbers, right? So he tells that the daughters are like robbers who has blue eyes. Because you have scaled the wall. Scaled means they have climbed up into the wall or into the room. So they are like robbers, like thieves who have just entered somebody's house. Such an old mustache as I am. So he is old, isn't it? So he can't even run away from them because they are just holding him. Is not a match for you all. So he thinks that he is not a match. He is not a good companion or a friend to them because he has grown old. He cannot run too much. So he thinks like he is the bishop and everyone is giving him honor and everyone is loving him. I have you fast in my fortress. Fortress means what? A palace, isn't it? So he's saying that he would keep his daughters with him even if he grows old and even if he dies. He's not going to leave them. And will not let you depart. So he's saying that he's going to keep his daughters with him forever and he's not going to leave them. But put you down into the dungeon. Dungeon is supposed to be a dark room or a dark hole in the round tower of my heart. So he's saying that he's comparing his heart to a dungeon, to a room where he has kept all the love for his daughters and he doesn't want to be away from them. And there will I keep you forever. So he's so much attached to his daughters. So he's saying that he would not let the daughters go away from him. And he would keep them in his heart forever, even if he dies. Yes, forever and a day. So he is going to keep the daughters in his heart forever and forever. Till the walls shall crumble to ruin. So he is saying that till he dies away, his love towards his daughters is not going to go away. He is going to keep them in his heart forever till he dies. And molder in dust away, though he might die one day, but his love towards his daughters will always remain forever in his heart. I hope children you have understood. So please read the poem again and you can write the meanings, alright, in your exercise copy, and I will send you the PDF content. Thank you.